Oh, they got it spread out.
Yeah, you're way down there. See ya. See ya. That was good.
What, they put you down here today?
Yeah, I moved down here. I want to be close to you.
That's good. How's your golf days?
Huh?
How's your golf days been?
I played today.
Yeah.
Played this morning, 7 o'clock. My 16
Ready?
from you?
Okay. Okay, good evening and welcome to the Planning Advisory Board meeting of May 13th, 2021. I would ask you to please stand for the pledge led by Member Chabina.
Mr. Rice, I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Byrne, please call the roll.
Certainly. Chairman Stanko.
Present.
Member DiLeonardo.
Present.
Member Chabina.
Present.
Member Warner.
Present.
Member Castellan is absent. Member Byrne is present. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Format for the meeting this evening includes presentation of the proposal from the applicant and any questions or comments that the board may have on the application, and then any interested parties may address the board regarding the application. We have one item this evening, and also if you do, and when you do address the board, please state your name and address for the record, please. We have one item this evening, DeVita Incorporated, 1071 North Broadway, Massapequa, New York, 11758. The applicant is seeking a site plan recommendation from the Planning Advisory Board in accordance with the town's site design standards. This site plan application involves the interior renovation to an approximate 12,000 square foot building to accommodate a proposed medical office along with associated site improvements. The proposed use for the property, subject property, is a permitted use pursuant to Chapter 246, Table 5.2 of the Code of the Town of Oyster Bay. And with that, I would ask Mr. Byrne, do you have any correspondence on this application?
Yes, we do, Chairman. We have a memo from the Zoning Division dated April 28, 2020, stating the subject property located at 1071 North Broadway, Massapequa, New York, 11758, has a Nassau County Land and Tax Map designation of 52-527, lots 228 through 233, 247, and 248, and is located within the NB Neighborhood Business Zoning District. We have a memo from the Department of Environmental Resources dated October 20th, 2020, classifying the proposed action as Type 2 pursuant to seeker. We have a memo from the Code Enforcement Bureau dated April 30th, 2020, stating there are no open code cases for the subject property. Chairman, since this memo is dated, the Planning Division confirmed with the Code Enforcement Bureau that as of today, there are no open code cases for the subject property. We have a memo from the Highway Department dated May 1st, 2020, stating the property abuts the Town of Oyster Bay right-of-way, and the department has no objections. We have resolution number 10,425-21 dated May 6, 2021, from the Nassau County Planning Commission deeming the application incomplete and requesting a parking analysis. We have a memo from the Zoning Board of Appeals dated April 1st, 2021, providing a list of previous variances on file for the subject property. We have a memo from the Planning Division dated March 15th, 2021, stating there is prior Planning Advisory Board and Town Board resolutions on file for the subject property. We have a memo from the Planning Division dated March 15th, 2021, stating the required parking for the subject property is 60 required spaces, and 30 spaces have been provided. We have a memo from the Planning Division dated March 22nd, 2021, stating the division has conducted a review in accordance with Chapter 246, Section 6, Site Plan Review of the Code of the Town of Oyster Bay, and is referring the site plan to the Planning Advisory Board for appropriate action. And we have the affidavit of sign posting and affidavit of mailing from the applicant.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Dominic Minerva, Minerva and D'Agostino, 107 South Central Avenue, Valley Stream, New York, the attorney for the applicant. The application before you this evening is for site plan approval in connection with the proposed change of use from retail to medical office at the premises known as 1071 North Broadway, Massapequa. There are no additions proposed to the existing building. Project includes interior and exterior alterations in connection with the change of use and various site improvements. The current building that's there now was built in 1970 according to the Nassau County Assessment Records. It's in the neighborhood business zone as stated, and sections 52, the blocks 527, and its tax lots 228 to 233, and 247 and 248. The proposal is for 8,998 square feet to be converted to the DaVita Healthcare use for a dialysis center. 2,908 will remain vacant retail for future leasing purposes. The proposed hours of operation are from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed Sunday. We're noting that because we are asking for an amendment from the resolution number 05-2008, limiting the hours of operation from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. for one of the prior uses. The local determination, the Nassau County Planning Commission resolution deeming the application incomplete had requested a parking study. I spoke to Martin Katz from the Nassau County Planning Commission and discussed the application with him today. He was unaware that there would be another opportunity for the Planning Commission to review the parking situation. I informed him that, yes, we will be applying for parking variance, and that we certainly will provide him with a parking demand study at the appropriate time when we are calendared for a Board of Appeals case. But I would note the variance we are asking for, 60 versus the 30, is in keeping with the prior variance. And just briefly, the nature of the use. This is not a dermatologist or an urgent care. There's a limited amount of patients. They're there for long periods of time. It's not where patients coming in and out every 10, 15 minutes. They're there for 3.5 to 4 hours for a procedure. So it's not a very high-volume medical office, and we're certainly going to make that presentation to your Board of Zoning Appeals and have a parking expert and a parking demand study there. So I would just ask that if you would, consider moving forward without that parking demand study requested by the Planning Commission, because I have informed them they will get to see that at the appropriate time. Your plans that are filed before you, they propose upgrading to the landscaping, the site lighting, and the drainage. You have all plans. Briefly, the site lighting now, I was informed, was one lot was very light, one lot was very dark, and we're upgrading that with all building fixture lighting attached to the building to even out and provide a much better site lighting plan, as well as adding the landscaping for the south lot, for the buffer zone, and upgrading the drainage from what's there today. I do have the engineer here, the site civil engineer, available to answer any, if you have any more detailed questions on those plans. And we request your favorable consideration.
Okay. Well,
Looking at the plans, you do propose a dumpster in the rear of the dialysis, but I don't see any refuse for the retail space, and it doesn't look like there's any way that the retail space can get to the dumpster that is in the rear of the dialysis. Will the retail be putting their garbage on the street?
Well, we don't, it's vacant right now. There is no proposed tenancy at this time, certainly depend on the nature of the tenancy and the nature of, what their trash volume is, whether they can just use whether they need a dumpster or they can use the municipal service.
Because if you get a restaurant in there, which is gonna also increase your parking.
That's got to go through all types of approvals, so we would certainly have to address that. If there was a restaurant use, the parking requirement's higher, we got to go back before the boards, and we will, if that materializes into restaurant use, we certainly have to take that into consideration on that application. But if it turns out to be a dry goods retail type use with,
Came up to be a deli or something like that.
yep,
also.
understood, yep. That'll have to be addressed at the appropriate time when,
Also on the interior layout, the floor plan.
Lou, can I just ask,
Sure,
can
go
I just stay on this for a minute?
Yeah.
Can you hold that? Okay. Talking about the refuge?
Yes.
Refuse? We see the arrows going in. How does the garbage truck get out?
okay. So the garbage truck's going to have to turn around and exit, so that, we do acknowledge that there will have to be spaces that are not filled for them to be able to do that maneuver. And, when we do the parking demand study, I just have some rough numbers from the applicant. We don't expect this to be at capacity, especially in the early morning. The first hour is actually not patients, the first hour is setup. So if we have it in the morning, we expect there to be plenty of room in the parking lot for them to do the turnaround.
So 5 o'clock, if you're opening at 5,
Six,
you're opening at 5.
Well, 5 a.m. we open for 1 hour of, I'll call it prep.
So 1 hour, okay, so, because that truck is going to need room to turn around.
Yes, we're aware, and just give you some brief numbers.
I'm not giving you a hard time, I'm just
No,
being
no.
realistic because
We
you're tight.
understand that
Yeah.
there will need to be there will need to be a few vacant spaces.
Right.
At least 2 for them to make the turnaround to back out. And we expect that in the morning hours, that not to be a problem. Even, not all the patients as well come by vehicles. So a lot of them are dropped off for the service.
how many employees do you have?
Okay, so there will be, let's see, 5 to 6, let's see, hold on. Okay, I believe there'll be 5 to 6 employees on any one shift, but let me just check, confirm, because I do have someone here from the operation. That's correct. Okay, that is correct. 5 to 6 employees on a max peak shift.
So on those garbage days,
5 to 6
They'll have to
trucks being
park.
taken up already.
Together.
somewhere else.
Or they'll
To
have
be realistic,
Yeah,
because those trucks are big. I mean,
So
you
there's
know.
5 to 6 patients, I believe there's about 14 stalls there, so they'll have to just park, I'll call it groups, so that there's plenty of area for the turnaround. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 17 or 18 spaces in that lot. So if we have 6 people there in the morning, there should still be plenty of room for
Okay.
vacant spaces.
And I'm also going to mention the time of the hour with the garbage trucks coming in,
Yeah.
because you abut the neighbors. So I'm going to, you're going to have to be mindful of that. Okay, Lou, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
That's
but
okay.
go ahead.
That's
Yep.
fine. I'm just looking at the plan which you put forward for the truck turnaround. And, you have that curve at the end of the parking close to the building. I mean, that truck has to swing out and then back in. I guess I would assume that the engineer has put his, I don't know what you call it, but, he has looked into that to make sure that there's enough turning radius there.
I have the engineer here. My understanding is yes, but I can certainly bring them up to speak more to that.
Could you?
Yep, sure.
He's got your mask on.
Name and address on
Yep. TJ Wilkinson with Bowler Engineering. Address is 2929 Express Drive North, Hopog, New York. So I just want to clarify, do you mean specifically at the northwest corner of the building, that curb island that sticks out? Yeah, so that maneuver specifically can be made by the garbage truck. We've conducted that analysis in an auto turn program.
Okay, I mean, I can just see that, that truck rolling over that curb, and the curb becomes deteriorated, broken, or just such a tight maneuver in the back. I mean, if somebody is in there at the wrong time and parked in the wrong spot, that truck is not gonna be able to do anything that it wants to do.
Taking them with it.
I'm just wondering from a, I don't know, it might not even work, but I was just wondering if it might be better if you move the dumpster to the other end of the parking, to the south end of the parking, and had the truck come straight. Is it a front loader, do you know?
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
front loader?
Typically,
If
yes.
the truck came in, picked it up, and then just backed right out, I mean, they've got a backup bell, which, I mean, you can hear for 3 miles or whatever. So I don't know that there would be a problem, with, although backing onto Broadway is again, a problem, I'm sure.
You're putting it in, asking about the other corner.
Yeah.
Are there other residents at that end?
Yeah, the rural residents.
Yeah, the
It's all the way down.
western property line is residence,
Okay.
correct. So that's something we could consider. We would also have to look into, instead of potentially having to back all the way out onto Broadway, would that truck be able to potentially back out into the parking lot and then turn and get out? That's also something we could look into.
I believe if you were to, I mean, that raised island at the end on the south bay there, if there's no landscaping in its interior, would you be opposed to just hatching that out so that it would be, the carting company would be able to possibly 3-point turn
Yeah,
out of there? Because if the curb's there, it's gonna be tough for them to swing back into that parking lot.
Yeah, no,
But
that's,
if it's not a landscaped island, maybe just some hatching so nobody parks there and.
yeah, I believe that's an existing just concrete island, so that's an existing condition that we were hoping to maintain, but that's something we could consider, absolutely.
Question about medical waste, additional, is that picked up separately, or is that part of this?
Has to be. Has to be.
It's small bins in the interior.
Small bins in the interior,
Okay.
separated, yes.
Based upon what Scott said, I think that's a good idea, that concrete island be removed, or that
Yeah.
concrete finger be removed, and it be painted,
Yeah, just gives you more maneuverability in there.
just to give more, and I mean, for people coming in too, and exiting. I think that might be a wise move.
Yes, yeah, we can take a look into that.
Okay.
How many patients are there at any one time?
I think I have.
Or is that,
You wanna,
go back, sorry.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna. Okay, 8 patients?
17, the 17.
Okay, sorry. 17 patients at one time is the maximum that they can service.
And plus at least 6 employees at the same time?
Correct. 5 to 6, yep.
Will the employees be parking in the parking spaces?
Yes, they'll be parking on the lot, yes. But I would note,
Take
out of
away
the
6
17,
and you got 16.
Right.
There's a little shortfall there for the people that are
Right.
coming in for dialysis.
over half, correct me if I'm wrong, over half of them do not bring their cars. They're either dropped off by, a friend or a relative's passenger, because it's a 3.5 to 4 hour visit, or they're brought in an ambulette and just dropped off from, a facility that they're in. So at least 50% of the patients, in their experience, do not take their personal vehicles and park them there for the 3 or 4 hour visit.
Is it solely dialysis?
Solely dialysis.
Okay.
Does anybody
Only
come in,
servicing dialysis here.
does anybody come in with a minibus?
A minibus.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
An ambulance?
Just a van, an ambulance, a van, no minibuses.
Dominic, one of the things I noticed was a lack of landscaping along the abutting residential properties. You know, a function of this board is to limit the negative impact a commercial building will have on a neighboring residential property. And you mentioned the prior Planning Advisory Board resolution, so I know you read it. One of the restrictive covenants was that this was to be landscaped around all the residential properties. So I'd just like to know why the plan doesn't show that today.
Okay, I can have the engineer talk to that as to if we can add more landscaping and where. I would say part of it's going to be a function, though, of the parking stalls. You know, I would think, especially on the south side, we'd lose at least one stall there.
Well, I'm talking right along, usually there's a 10-foot buffer, and looking at the plan, just north of the dumpster enclosure, there's an open area there where there's no landscaping at all. So what I was saying is continue the landscape buffer that's along the west property line, continue that in an easterly direction to
Along the
connect with
north-
the building.
Right.
And then just on the other side of, you know, to the west of the retail building, same thing in there. There's no landscaping, and I know that was on the previously approved plan.
I
by
see the
this
two
board.
areas you're mentioning. I am gonna bring up the engineer, though, to talk to those two areas. I'm gonna circle them so he can let you know if we are able to add landscaping. And then-
Thank you.
Short answer, yes, we can add the landscaping.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so that's the north property line in the, call it the southerly lot, and then that's the westerly property line behind the vacant retail store.
Yeah, we'd like to see some evergreens there, 5 feet tall.
And what about in between the existing retail space to remain and that property line? Is that too tight?
No,
Is that you talking about that
mentioned
whole
that too,
thing?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, those were one of the two areas mentioned.
Okay.
yes.
Are we talking about that concrete walkway that's adjacent to the loading space?
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, why do you want that concrete island there? That that concrete there, it serves no purpose. A walkway, you know.
Yeah, there's no parking spaces it's serving, so
Is that? Okay. Okay, I'm informed that that's just an existing condition, it's the way it is there today, so we could certainly upgrade that to landscaping instead of a walk.
Dominic, do you know if anything is going on the roof, mechanical-wise, that may impact the neighboring residential properties?
I do not know that.
Okay.
We know that. No.
so oh, Cliff, go ahead.
Will you have a generator then, backup for these facilities and where all that?
Yes, there will be a backup generator on the roof.
Where is that?
Where's it going to be?
Where's that gonna go?
On the center of the roof,
Say that again?
on the center of the roof.
The center of the roof in an enclosure, that's over your tenant space, right? So it's the southern
Generator's going
part,
to be on the roof,
on the roof, center of the building, inside an enclosure.
in an enclosure, because of the
Noise.
checking, and it'll be a standby automatic generator?
Yes.
Okay. So that means it has to start up, and you'll be aware of the residences, but you'll also have it enclosed. You got that, Scott?
Yep.
Okay. When you move the dumpster, you pick up any spots down there?
If we relocate the dumpster to the southerly side of that parking
Would you
lot,
just make an even exchange, or can you pick up something there, or, I don't know.
even or lose one.
Okay.
Are you planning on sit up. Are you planning on redoing any of the HVAC equipment on the roof?
Yes, there are going to be all new RTUs on the roof.
It'll all be new?
All be brand new.
And it'll, excuse me, it'll meet the code of the town of Oyster Bay, because there is a setback code and a screening code. Are you taking that into consideration?
Yes.
Will people be allowed to come in through the front of the building, or does everybody have to come in through the rear of the building?
The rear of the building,
Rear?
from the parking lot.
So even drop-offs, they'll have to come in, most likely?
Yes.
Do most of these people come in wheelchairs, or do they,
Some do, but not a lot.
No.
Not a large percentage, not a noticeable
only
percentage.
one handicap spot for accommodating, a van or someone getting out of there?
On the driveway to the south of the building, the one we were discussing with the garbage trucks
Yep.
and everything, is there a fence there, or a 6-foot fence, or anything like that? Because, people, it's gonna be, when people are coming out of there, will they have a line of sight to see down Broadway to the south?
I see a fence on the plan, let me just see.
Yeah, I see a
It's-
fence on the plan,
It's
but I
so
don't-
small, vinyl fence,
Goes past the stop bar, but I'm not sure.
okay.
Stops at the
So that's a
building?
vinyl fence stopping at the front facade of the building.
Okay.
There's good sight coming out of there, though.
I'm sorry?
There's good sight coming out. I've been there.
Can I assume that all the plantings and everything like that will have an irrigation system?
Yes.
Is that noted on the plan, on the planting plan? I didn't see it when I looked. I'm sorry?
Not explicitly, but I can certainly add that.
I would like that added.
So we'll add a note that
Add
there
a
will be
note that
automatic
there's
irrigation.
irrigation for the plantings. I'm assuming that all of the drainage that you show, that's all new drainage?
Those are new dry wells to be
New dry
installed.
wells?
Yep. Supplementing the existing ones, those are the new ones that are gonna be added in addition to the existing.
And then you'll be, both the proper flow?
Are you going to have any signs on the building, or?
Yes, there will be signage on the building. That'll be the subject of a separate application.
Okay,
There will be, the signage will be minimal, though. They have a preliminary plan that they've shared with me that we have not yet filed.
and all your lighting is on the building itself?
Yes, all the new
Down.
site lighting will be attached to the building.
Okay.
We're not putting any poles in the parking lots.
What was that, Sue?
We're not putting any poles in the.
Nope, okay.
I'm just looking at the floor plan, and there's a vacant space, and it says future office.
So
DaVita.
that is part of the DeVita's leasehold tenancy. They are leasing that. They're not building it out yet. It's gonna be just an office area in the future if they need it. So basically, there's like a dividing line between the two spaces already. So the landlord is leasing them that whole space, but they didn't feel that they need, even though they have to take it, they didn't feel they needed to build it outright yet for their use. So they've just marked it a future space, so it's gonna be a future build-out area if they need it. Otherwise, it's just vacant space they'll be paying rent on.
Okay. So when they do come in, let's say they do need it and they want additional office space, then they will have to apply for a permit from the town
To build it out.
That space.
Yes.
Is there a basement in the whole building? Under the whole building?
That I don't know. Do you know? Okay.
All right,
Okay, so there is a basement under a portion of the DeVita Health Space, not the whole building.
and will that be used for record storage or anything like that? No?
Just mechanical, I'm being told.
Okay.
Is there a basement under the retail space to remain?
No, right?
They're moving this dumpster.
Yes, there's a
down
partial one
here.
under that, too.
All of this becomes parking again.
No, because like you can't, you can only gain maybe one space there and one space there, but you're gonna lose probably two spaces.
Oh, because I see these.
And I'm assuming you have all ADA compliant ramps and set up, and so there's no barriers for the ones coming in?
Correct.
I'm just looking at the plan. It says existing gas needed to be, relocated, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
Mr. Minerva, do you know if the exterior lighting along the rear of the building is going to be down-shielded?
Engineer's checking the plan. If you give me a few seconds.
Were there sketches of those lights?
They're,
They're on the elevation.
Oh,
they're on the elevation, and there is a illumination plan.
There's no detail on the
there's no illustration of it, right? Just a placement.
Do you know if it'll be shielded down? All right, why not have him come- I'm gonna have the engineer, he does have the information on the lighting. I'm
Okay.
just gonna have him come
All
up
right.
and give you that information.
Is he gonna install a detail on the lighting? Or is he gonna put a detail on the lighting?
If you require it, absolutely.
Yes, the fixtures do comply with town code, and we will add a spec to show that they are downshielded.
But,
Thank you.
again, I'm sorry, are you going to add a detail showing us the light fixture that you're proposing?
Yes,
Because it's not on your plan, I didn't see it on the lighting plan.
Will they be 24-hour lights all night, or will they be censored,
censored,
motion censored?
yes. Yeah, can you clarify, motion censored or time?
There's no, yeah.
Yeah,
It probably, the time, I don't know. if that
yeah,
motion-
yeah, just,
That's acceptable to the board, we'll do time.
yeah, yes, time, just, yes.
Now, you have a loading zone. What's the timing on getting supplies and things for the business? If you have cars parked,
During operation,
okay, so it would be a van that would be delivering?
yeah, small van,
And that's why you have that loading zone set up, so that would handle it?
correct.
I assume that was required.
Okay.
Yes, it was proposed in size to comply with
Okay.
town code.
Because that's another vehicle coming in, that's, just,
Yes, the tenant adjusts the delivery vehicle sizes based on the available space on the site, so a smaller
Okay.
vehicle can be used.
and the fencing there, is that does that go with the property? The property owner put the fencing up around the property?
Yeah, I believe that's an existing
Yes.
vinyl fence that's around there today, right? That's not proposed?
Yes,
And that's not, and it's in good shape? I'm just,
yes, and the new landscape plantings will also be a buffer to that fence.
okay, all right.
So will not
But the fence
necessarily be
itself
visible.
is acceptable?
Yes.
Okay.
What about snow removal? You know, this is a 24-hour, it's a big operation, you know, there's people there all the time. If we get a heavy snow, you know, it's gonna be hard for anybody to plow, you know, if they plow it to the back, where is it gonna be stored in the back?
Yeah, I mean, it should be able to fit in the landscape buffers provided,
In the what?
in the landscape buffers provided.
You got trees there. How do you put snow in trees?
Up against the front of the trees.
Well, maybe we can use the loading zone?
Well, you can't put it in
Loading
front of
zone.
the trees because you have these cars parked in front of the trees.
So maybe we could use the loading,
I mean-
in a large snow event, then maybe we could just push it into the loading zone.
I would like a note on the plan as to
Fine.
removal of the snow in the event of a large snowstorm.
Well, I did see it's going to be carted off. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. But in the meantime, it's got to be put somewhere, right?
So we'll put a note that it will be pushed into the loading zone area until it can be removed.
Yes, there is a note on the plans noting that snow removal will be performed via off-site carting.
Anything else from the board? Scott?
No. I don't have anything.
Anything else you wish to add, or?
No, thank you very much for your time.
Okay. At this time, is there anyone who wishes to speak on the application? Come on up, and if you missed my introduction, just state your name and address for the record.
Thank you. Hi, Carrie Ann Cody, and I'm 200 North Michigan. I'm Section 52. So I run along that white fence, along the backside perimeter.
The fence is in good shape for you?
It's good enough right
Okay.
now. I just basically came because I noticed in the proposal online, it said site modifications, but there were no specifics. We missed the beginning part, but I wanted to clarify as
Now we
far
got to
as
go through the
parking.
whole thing? No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. No, what questions do you have, and they'll take...
Parking is a big thing. As you know, Michigan and Broadway, those areas, we have a lot of stores already there. So the parking on the street, even in the area where it says no parking at any time, often has people parking there because parking is a major issue in that area. I don't want to see overflow. I don't know how many spaces they have in the back available to them. But as you said, if the snow gets plowed into the area by those bushes, what's going to happen if it occupies a spot or two spots? Where are those people going to be putting their vehicles?
Well, Scott, what do they have to do with, they have to go to the Nassau County, you want to just explain what their next step is about the parking?
Oh, yeah, so the Nassau County Planning Commission, as part of our meeting, we're required by General Municipal Law 239M to refer all applications to Nassau County Planning Commission, and they deemed the application incomplete and requested a parking analysis. Just to touch on that, the Planning Advisory Board does look at all site design standards. However, if this board was to favorably approve this application, the applicant would still be required to go for a public hearing in front of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the reduction in required off-street parking as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Did you get, you got a card for this meeting tonight? A letter,
Yes.
a card?
I
Good.
got a letter out in Ronkonkoma certified mail, but that's okay, because recently relocated, but it found me
Oh,
eventually.
good, you good luck, at least it found you.
But it's nice to see all the other neighbors found the meeting too, I guess. I don't know, you know.
So that's it for you?
That's my main one, you know, we already
Okay.
have other stores there that don't have parking lots. You know, there's 3 stores that are already in existence, shop spots.
Right.
Fairway has a parking lot that's there, but the other ones do not have their own lot. So as it is, we have overflow from those stores, which is fine. The other thing, like things like lights and stuff, it would be nice to know, because that's our backyard and the house right next to us run along
That was brought
fence.
up, and I don't know if you heard that when you came in,
I did.
the down
Thank you very
lighting.
much for the sensors, if they could be on a timer where they're not going off.
Is that what
around
we
the
said?
night.
Timer.
Yeah.
Cliff?
Those are our only major ones. I don't believe you're building upwards. I saw people fixing your roof already today. So, you know, I made those connections already, but
I could talk to you after and let you know about the parking.
thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, if there's no one else, I would entertain a motion on this.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting until June 10th, in light of the Nassau County Planning Commission's request for additional information. At that point, we'll reconvene on the June 10th meeting and consider a decision for the application.
Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. You don't need to mention any of the things we talked about?
No, I would request that the applicant, in the time between today and the next meeting, maybe revise the plans to reflect everything that the board has asked for tonight.
Right.
Yes, so
Okay.
I have 4 modifications that you're asking to be added to the plans. We will add those, and we'll make a resubmission, so you have them.
Okay, and you could be in touch, he can be in touch with you about
Absolutely.
specifics. Okay.
Yes.
All right, motion, a second?
Okay, voting on the motion. Chairman Stenko.
Aye?
Member Di Leonardo. Aye. Member Chabina.
Aye.
Member Warner. Aye. Member Byrne is aye. Chairman, the motion carries.
Okay, thank you very much. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
So moved. All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comments. And thank you for the presentation. Lou, I think we did the best we could with what we had.
Good. You look great. So I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Good.
Yes. Scott, thank you.